EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State at Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Clancy. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Right back to Spears. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Operating from the gun, Stevenson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 3rd down and 1. And now they'll audible to something else.
19, Tiger, go!
Now he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. A run now for the young man from Colorado. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. You look at this Jaguar defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So in prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
They'll run with Hall. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
One more time with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Clancy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Clancy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jermaine Johnson. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Trap 60.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stevenson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Stevenson. And his throw is incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The last time that a little bit of a special teams breakdown, that field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Clancy. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first catch there for Wilson and a 1st down. Give to Hall running right. He stiff arms him. And now running right through it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, right back to Hall. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Clancy completes this one to Thornton. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyquan Thornton with career touchdown number 60. And the Jets have taken the lead. And oh, it's blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Now a give right side. Nickerson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun. Stevenson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Let's go now. Go.
Back to throw now on first down. That is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll go down right on the edge. Zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Here we go, Shaq.
Wheaton's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Back to throw again. intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Let's go. Track him 60.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Flush to his right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jets 12.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Up the middle they go. Nickerson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Back to throw. Stevenson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. On fourth down, Stevenson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A yard all they need, but it's third down. Hall again. Wiggles free. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Straight ahead is Hall. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Off play action. Clancy. They'll buy some time right. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Operating from the gun. Clancy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at it.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have retaken a third-quarter lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. This is caught out in the right flat. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Off the play fake, Stevenson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Jaguars first down.
Here we go, set.
They'll run on 1st down. Nickerson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 5. Off play action. Stevenson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Olave holds it in. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play.
Ready, break. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Clancy. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
60 Bobcat. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Stevenson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost that they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Clancy. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 19 yards.
Here we go. Set.
First down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jaguars 13.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nickerson. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. Now a handoff up the middle. Nickerson, and not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Gets around him, and he is going to have a Jets 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Olave. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll keep it on the ground. Nickerson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Stevenson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. as time has run out on this ball game. And is this defense